Hey, what's going on, y'all? This your boy Deuce, you know what I'm saying? Episode 22, Deuce World, Hope Chronicles. We got this shit spinning. You know we do, all the time. All right, so, like I said, Hope Chronicles. So this is a story about a girl. I'm gonna say her name's Sandra. You know what I'm saying? You don't give out real names. Her name's Sandra. So, all right, so me and Sandra, you know, this is actually the girl that I lost my virginity to. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, she was like 1 year older than me or whatever, and she, you know what I'm saying? She lost my virginity too. And I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking to her, whatever. You know, I'm talking a good game. I always had a good mouthpiece. And I'm talking to her, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm like, yeah, baby, you know, I'm gonna get up in that deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put you to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You know, just selling this bitch a dream, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna love it, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be great. And she going for it, so it's like, bet. So I remember like yesterday, man, I'm like, yeah, you know, we gonna do it Friday or whatever. This was like Wednesday, you know, we having this conversation. She like, cool. So at the school, or because we went to the same school, so at the school or whatever, you know, we go to her mama house, you know what I'm saying? It's on the way home for me, and obviously, you know, like she lived, I lived further than her, even though it wasn't on the same block, but I would have to pass her street before I get to my house, you know what I'm saying? So we at her crib or whatever, because my mama was always home, so we couldn't do it at my spot. So, you know, and I was 14, she was 15, so, you know, we go to her mama spot, we go to her mama crib and shit like that or whatever. So we get in the crib or whatever, we go to the basement. It's like where her auntie live. So shit, you know, we go in her auntie room or whatever. This is how trifling this shit was. We go to her auntie room. So we get in the bed or whatever. And, you know, I didn't really know it at the time, but like bitches be insecure. Like, I wanted to suck on her titties, but she didn't want to let me suck on her titties because she didn't want to lift her shirt up. And so thinking back on it, you know, at the time, I just thought she was being like, you know, bogus or some shit like that. But, you know, now that I know more about women and I'm older, you know what I'm saying, she was just insecure about her body. And her body wasn't bad, but you know how women think, like, a bitch could be 2 pounds overweight, but to them, they act like they 25 pounds overweight or whatever. So she didn't want to let me suck on her titties, and it was kind of frustrating, but, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm 14, you know, you horny as fuck at the age of 14, you want some pussy, so you like, shit, she ain't gonna let me suck on her titties, but she gonna let me get the kitty, so, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I'm not finna, I'm not finna say abort mission because she ain't gonna let me suck her titties. I'm finna see what the hype is about. So, long story short, I was having a hard time finding a hole. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? That bitch had to put it in for me. You know what I'm saying? But once I got in there, I'm like, oh, this what it's about. You know what I'm saying? This was going on. This was happening. This was cracking. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, this is what the hype is about. So I get up in there or whatever, and you know, I'm not finna act like I was an all-pro or a Hall of Famer in that motherfucker my first time. It ain't like I am now, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I did pretty good. Like, you know, I didn't, I lasted quite a minute, you know what I'm saying? I lasted a long-ass time, you know what I'm saying? Now, I didn't, you know, I wasn't no 1 minute guy, you know, I wasn't no 2 minute brother, no shit like that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not finna act like I was like fucking first team all pro at this shit my first time, but you know, I did pretty good. And I remember I was stroking it. I mean, I was hitting it deep, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, go slow, go slow. So I went slow or whatever. And like the longer we got into it or whatever, you know, like she, you know, she was like harder, deeper. So I'm like, cool, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I finally end up busting or whatever. And like I said, I keep it real with you motherfuckers. I ain't gonna hold nothing back. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna skip no details. Like, I ate her out too, you know what I'm saying? She sucked my dick and I ate her out. And I remember, like, she didn't have a bad odor, but I just remember, like 3 days later, like, I could still smell her pussy on my breath, you know, and I'm just like, damn, like, you know, I done brushed my teeth a bunch of times. I done used mouthwash, you know what I'm saying? I'm eating Pringles, I can still smell it. And it wasn't a bad smell, but, you know, after you got a smell in your breath for a couple of days, it's kind of bad, you know what I'm saying? Even though her pussy didn't stink. I'm like, damn. So, I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't know if I could, you know, eat another girl out if that shit gonna be on my breath for 3 days and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? She let me hit. I'm feeling good about myself because I done got my first one out. Because, you know, this guy's 25, 35, 45, I don't know, maybe 55 that still ain't got no pussy. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm 14. I done, you know, got my little rocks off. I feel pretty good about myself, you know? I'm on one, shit. She had a big ass, all that shit or whatever. So, I'm like, cool. So, fast forward, we get out of high school, whatever. I'm still fucking her. So, we go on a date or whatever. Now, I don't remember exactly what this was. It might have been, this could have been maybe 2009. I'm not 100% sure, but it might have been 2009. This was like whatever year that movie Obsessed came out with Idris Elba and Beyonce. It was that year. Because I remember I took her to the movies. So, long story short, we didn't even watch the movie. Like, we in the top row, you know, it was one of those days where it really was like, excuse me. It was really like nobody else in the theater, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, when you go to the movie sometime, this motherfucker turn right in front of this motherfucker. People be getting these shit knocked off that way. People are so stupid and ignorant. It's really just ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? I'm on YouTube, like, otherwise, like, you know, I really say some other shit, you know what I'm saying? Stupid son of a bitch. What the fuck is wrong with people? But anyway, but yeah, like, you know, I'm pretty sure, like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no pretty sure, I'm definite. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, sometimes you go to the movies and, you know, when you get in that particular theater, like, it might be only like 3 motherfuckers in the movie, you know what I'm saying? Watching the whole movie. So, it was one of those. So, we get in there or whatever. It's like 3, 4, maybe 5 other people in there or whatever. So, you know, me, you know, I'm on my Rosa Parks, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know, I go all the way to the back, you know what I'm saying? I'm at the top row, all the way in the back. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, she's there with me or whatever. So, you know, we watch a little bit of the movie and we just start, you know, making out and shit. And, you know, basically just start dry humping through the whole movie or whatever. So, I mean, we saw the ending, you know, when the white girl go through the table and shit like that or whatever. But that's really all I remember from the movie. So, after that, we go get a slice of pizza or whatever. So, we eat. And we still kissing or whatever, and she do this thing with her tongue where it just like twirl around like in a circle. And man, you know, damn, they get my dick hard thinking about it now. Like, she, you know, she do this thing with her tongue where it twirls. And man, bro, like that shit right there should be illegal. You know what I'm saying? That shit got me stuttering. That that shit should be illegal. Like, man, bro. That shit got a better twirl to it than Baskin Robbins, you know what I'm saying? Like, god damn. Memories. But anyway, let me get a drink of water. God damn. I need to look her ass back up. I know she married now, but fuck that. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, so she used to do this thing with a twirl or whatever. So, after we eat, you know, we sit in the car or whatever. So after that, you know, we go find somewhere and park or whatever. And this back when I had my 96 Saturn. This might have been like 09. Might have been 2009. I had my my 96, 97 Saturn. You know what I'm saying? First car out of high school. I was just happy to get a car out of high school. You know what I'm saying? All them times spending time on the bus stop. You know, it's cold outside. You know what I'm saying? You freezing your nuts off on the bus stop, or it's hot outside. You pull up. The bus finally pull up. The bus jam packed. You still got to get on the bus because you don't know when the next bus running. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy to, you know what I'm saying? And then you know, fresh out of high school, you want to drive. You spent all that time in driver's ed. You know what I'm saying? You want to whip something. So, you know, she was a real one. You know what I'm saying? Sort of. You know, like she gave me some pussy in the Saturn or whatever. And I remember I fucked the shit out of that night. I tore her ass up. Now, it was one of those things where I didn't really know no better. So, at the time, you know, like when I was hitting it or whatever, I used to say, oh, she cute too, little white girl. But anyway, you know, at the time or whatever, I'm like, who pussy is it? She like, yours, Michi, you know, all this other shit. Got the bitch hitting high note, bro. I'm not gonna file her ass. So, I'm like, what's my name? You know, she saying my name, you know, in case y'all don't know, Michi is my nickname or whatever. So, yours, Michi. You know what I'm saying? I think I was like 19 at the time, young stud. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had the Abercrombie and Fitch drip. I was really working out, so I had the muscle shirts, all that shit or whatever. Couldn't tell me nothing. I was a young stud, you know what I'm saying? Blowing this bitch back out, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the reason I say I didn't know any better at that time is because, you know, I used to ask bitches who pussy was it, and they would always say it's mine. And now that I'm older, I'm like, man, it's really just my turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit ain't mine. That shit hers. You know what I mean? And she gonna spread that shit however she wanna spread it. If somebody will have it, you know. But at the time, I didn't really know no better. But you live and you learn. But it was still a W for me because, like I said, I was, you know what I'm saying, Mike Tyson on goddamn Larry Holmes, that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm piping her ass down. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Yeah, so, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? I'm dicking her ass down. Now, I wore a rubber, you know what I'm saying? And this is one of the few times that I was actually wearing a rubber. I'm just keep it real, you know what I'm saying? I grew up watching Monday Night Raw. You know what the fuck going on, you know what I'm saying? And yes, I do get tested. I'm disease-free than a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I'm disease-free, baby, you know what I'm saying? Come to think of it, like, maybe the only disease I ever had in my life might have been the flu, you know what I'm saying? I'm clean than a motherfucker. But anyway, I'm cleaner than your dog's mouth, bitch. In case you have any doubt. But anyway, you know, I hit it with the rubber. So, like 10 months go by, this bitch hit me up on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, hey, I'm pregnant. I'm like, damn, who the daddy is? She like, you. I'm like, how was that? She like, you remember that time we did it a long time ago? I'm like, yeah. And she was like, you got me pregnant that night. And I'm like, you know, I'm like, wait a minute. And this is back when Facebook had the instant messenger, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you know, I pull out my little calendar. You know, that was 10 months ago. I'm like, man, that was 10 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, numbers ain't, the math ain't mathing, it ain't adding up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no, you know, that motherfucker couldn't been mine. And I thought about it, I'm like, shit. And I wrapped it up, you know what I'm saying? That definitely ain't mine. So she thought about it, and I was just making too much sense. So she was just like, oh, okay. And, you know, I just started snapping on her ass, like, the fuck you mean, bitch? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that kid ain't mine. You trying to put a kid on me that ain't mine? Luckily, you know what I'm saying, I had the recollection, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, do the math in my head as far as like getting the months right. And also, you know, that night I wore protection and I was able to remember all that shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, because there's a lot of brothers out here on that Kanye West shit, 18 years, and on the 18th birthday you find out it wasn't hit, you know what I'm saying? I could have been one of them motherfuckers, but I was smart. So I'm just like, you know, you won't get me, but yeah, that bitch tried to get me, man. She really tried to get me, you know what I'm saying? So she ended up having a baby or whatever, and you know, she had a baby by some nigga named Devon. No, I'm sorry, she had a baby by some other nigga or whatever. And so I'm nearing the end of the story. Obviously, I fucked this bitch a bunch of other times, and I might make another episode about that, but that's kind of a different situation. But, you know, yeah, I used to fuck the shit out of her. And to give you an idea about how good it was, this is no lie, I put this on my life. If I'm lying, I could drop dead right now making this video. God willing. I keep it real with you motherfuckers 1,000% of the time. Now, she liked me so much that when she had the baby, she named the baby after me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, whatever nigga that really knocked her ass up, that bust all in her shit, like, that motherfucker walking around, and I don't know if he in the kid life or not. You know what I'm saying? But his son is named after me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was putting it down. I don't know too many motherfuckers that can say that. I really don't know anybody that can say that, but there's probably some other brothers out here that got the same shit going on. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that bitch was crazy about me. She named her son, she named another guy's son after me. So, you know, I was still kind of hot that the bitch, you know, tried to say the baby was mine and it wasn't mine. But yeah, you know, she named some other dude kid after me. And you know, like, it's kind of flattering, you know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You putting that work in, you know what I'm saying? Barry Bonds and that shit, you know what I'm saying? You Mike Tyson, you know, with the left and the right, you know what I'm saying? Giving her ass the hook all up in her shit, you know what I'm saying? That's how it be. And no, I don't got a hook, you know what I'm saying, in case you know, whatever. But yeah, that's how that went with Sandra, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that twirl was crazy, man. That twirl was crazy. But yeah, that's what happened with me and that funky bitch, you know what I'm saying? She fat now though, you know what I'm saying? So I had her in the prime. She married now too. And it's crazy how it be like that because, you know, she married now and she got some sucker ass husband and, you know, he enjoying her, you know, way past her prime. You know what I'm saying? Like she was thick like Pinky. And y'all know how Pinky look now. She look like a thumb. So she went from Pinky to thumb. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm happy I got her when she was Pinky. Because right now she thumb and, you know, her husband, you know, he's somewhere kissing her in the mouth. He kissing my aftertaste, you know what I mean? But that's his problem. But yeah, that's the story about me and Sandra. You know what I'm saying? I keep it real. That was my first time. And, you know, after I fucked her, that was the last time I fucked her too. You know what I'm saying? Like after the bitch said that the baby was mine or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If I really went through my Facebook messages, I probably could find like the DMs and shit. You know what I'm saying? If I could find them, I'll attach it to this video. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what happened with me and that crazy bitch. And my mama didn't like her. You know what I'm saying? I should have listened. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when your mama tell you she don't like a girl, you know, it's for a good reason. Go ahead, baby. See how that ass look when you walking by. You know what I'm saying? You know, my mom used to say that girl crazy and all that, and she was right. But you know, at the time or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That was my first piece of pussy. I mean, you motherfucker ain't trying to hear that shit. That shit, she got a big ass too, and you hitting it for free. You know what I'm saying? You 14 and like you could take a bitch on a date. You broke. You know what I'm saying? Little allowance ain't gonna cover that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I was just happy to get my dick wet, to be honest. But yeah, you know, some poor bastard walking around with my name on his kid, and then another poor bastard married her after she way past the prime. So, you know, shout out to those two poor son of a bitches. But yeah, that's the story between me and Sandra. I'm gonna keep staying consistent. This is another episode of Deuce World, episode 22, Hope Chronicles. Me and Sandra. That's it. That's all. Holla at y'all later. Hey, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep saying that shit. Subscribe. I get y'all dope content, quality content. Go ahead, subscribe. And don't forget to like and comment. Appreciate y'all. We a family. I'm out this bitch. Why fuck somebody else today? Gang, gang.